He's a friend of mine, and I'm a privileged man. You're making babies cry. I'm a privileged man to know him. I was able to spend some time with him in his beautiful house and his gorgeous wife. And how in the world he got her. Last Wednesday night, I was able to spend some time in her home. And what I wanted us to do is have the privilege of listening to a man that survived World War II, that was on the Hawaiian Islands of Pearl Harbor. And he has a few stories that he'd like to share with you. I'm going to interview him. He's very nervous. In fact, if any of you have any whiskey, it would be very beneficial. I wouldn't mind a shot as well. I'd like for you to join with me in appreciating and honoring Mr. Louie. Louie just asked me if he's getting paid for this.
Before I interview, did you talk to my agent?
He just asked me if I talked to his agent. Your agent has been talking to me quite a lot, Louie. I'm sick of it. Earlier, Louie, he looked at me in the face and he said, "You know, I might buy this whole place and kick you out." That's what he said. Come on. Okay. Thank you for being here. I know that you don't want to be up here very long. I know that. You've made that very clear to me. I want to appreciate you agreeing to this, and I'm hoping you do. Well, I might not get even to one question. Listen, I know that you don't consider yourself a hero. Most soldiers don't. You probably just think that you were doing what any person would do. This is...
I had a choice.
Yes, you did have a choice. What was your choice?
Don't go.
Yeah. This is our opportunity as the Waters Church to say thank you. I want to ask you some questions. You told me earlier that when you enlisted, they asked what you wanted to do. What sport? Tell us about that.
I wanted to go and play baseball for the Clint. And they accepted.
They did?
So when I got there, they put me in the gunnery school. They gave me a choice.
Oh, they did. Another choice.
Second choice, they put me on the ship. What else?
You were on the USS Colorado. We have a picture of this ship. You see that ship? Oh, sorry. Never mind. This was your home, the USS Colorado. Tell us what life was like for you on the ship.
On the ship, when we weren't not in compact,
Right.
I was in charge. I had a rough job. I was in charge of ship service.
Okay.
That's the soda fountain, the barber shop. I had it pretty rough. But when we go into action, I was in training on a 5-inch 29. That means I set the gun up to the target, and we give the word, then we fire it.
And that was
That means I set the, it's a train. I set the, where we're going to shoot the 5-inch 29.
Okay, speaking of shooting, I want you to tell me a little bit about when you shot down some of the kamikaze planes.
Well, when we were hitting these islands, they were teaching these kids, 13 and 14 years old, to fly the plane this one way, to hit the ship. Right. Well, we shot down 7 planes.
You shot 7 kamikaze planes in the game.
And when we were in the Blue Islands, we took the suicide plane. We lost 90 sailors.
What, was that on the Colorado or the Pennsylvania?
I was on Colorado.
Colorado.
When we went to hit the, when we hit I did. When we hit not the Japanese, the Philippine Islands, we couldn't get into the tan or cricket or a ship didn't have the water with us. We went to a little island called Lincoln. We made a landing there. While we were there, was a plane, was our target, and the Pennsylvania was there.
Right. I think we have a picture of the Pennsylvania.
The Pennsylvania shot this plane and killed 17 sailors on our ship.
When it killed the sailors, you had to bury them at sea.
We had to bury them at sea.
Tell us what that.
We put a flag on, we put 5-inch projectors between so they didn't have no time to bury them out there.
They were so pressed for time when sailors would be killed in action that it actually buried them at sea. That's a phrase I've heard, but that's a phrase that you actually personally experienced.
And what else do you want to know? You know, I'm expensive.
I want you to tell me about a story that there were 3 Jewish boys. Tell us about the story.
When we went to sign the peace treaty in Yokosuka, Yokohama, it was during the Jewish holiday. And the executive announced that when the Jewish boys go on the quarter deck, we were taking to the temple.
Okay, so they would allow 3, there were how many?
There was only 3 Jewish boys.
There were only 3 Jewish boys, and they were going to allow them to do what?
To go to the temple in Tokyo. When I got out that morning, it was 140 of us. All we do is,
There was a real big Jewish conversion that happened.
they've been bumping me for a while.
Now, did you convert all those to Judaism?
Oh, yeah.
No. You're a powerful preacher. You should be like it.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, I've been there too. We have a picture of the atomic bomb. President Truman said that he wanted to end this thing, those were his words, with the atomic bomb. What did they give you as they were getting back?
When we left outside Okinawa, they gave us glasses. We didn't know what they were for. Then they said we were going to drop the atomic bomb, so we wouldn't bother our eyes. Well, he did say he will end the war.
Right.
Right.
Now, did you see the blast?
We saw the blast.
Did you feel it?
We didn't feel it. We just saw the blast.
And you were there when they signed the peace treaty in
It
Yokosuka.
was right next to Missouri. We signed the peace treaty in September the 20th. We signed the peace treaty.
Yeah. Now, when you were in Honolulu, that was when Pearl Harbor was attacked. He was on the island, but he went to Honolulu, and that's when that attack happened. And out of respect for him, he's asked not to discuss it. But he is an actual survivor of that encounter.
The whole time I was in the Navy, I was very scared.
Let me ask you this: if you had the opportunity to do it again, would you?
Yes, I would. I enjoyed it.
I'm really glad you said yes. I got a question for you. When you were discharged from the boat, who took your place?
Jackie Cooper.
Now, a lot of people in here have no idea who you're talking about.
He played in the factory was in the movie the other day. Return of Jesse James, Frank James, that was the way. And I went back to San Diego, and I was in the same deal with Henry Fonda and Mickey Rooney.
So what do you know? When you received the Purple Heart, when did your mom find out about that?
I was home about a year later.
But you're telling me that when you were...
He didn't know I was even wounded until I got home.
Yep. And shrapnel hit...
What happened, we went into Tinian.
I think we have a picture of the islands.
Yeah, we hit Saipan. We made a landing for strip airplanes. Then we got word we got a little trouble in Guam. So we went to Guam. When we got to Guam, they got reported at Tinian, which is an island across from Saipan. They were shooting 5-inch guns on the airstrip there. So we went over there. We made the first day on the 23rd of July. We made where they're going to make the real landing. Well, the next day we went around the island. We went to a fake landing. They were waiting for us. The 5-inch gun. They shot the Scott, destroyed the Scott, and they called us, they shot us, they put 22 holes in it. We lost 265 men. That's when I put together.
And you told me once you get shrapnel in your body, it stays with you.
Oh yeah, I still got some in it.
You still have shrapnel in your body.
So wait, so
The USS Colorado was a war.
when the war ended, the Colorado, they was going to give it to Colorado. But Colorado didn't have a place to put it. They had the mountains. So they finally sold it for scrap for 600 some odd thousand.
When they sold it for scrap for $600 some odd thousand, did they get paid in $2 bills? I'm sorry, that was a cheap push. You like that? By the way, a lot of its sons are.
You ain't getting paid for that.
No, I'm getting that. Sam, you've seen the man on the commercials. Dennis is with us. Dennis, I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you bringing the award as well. Now, the Colorado did go on a mission to find somebody.
Oh yeah, in 1937, we went to look for Millie Ahart. He got lost from Memphis.
How'd that work out?
But it didn't.
No.
They made a couple of movies on the Colorado.
They did?
Yeah.
Excellent. He traveled over 170,000 miles during his service.
And I didn't even ask for that trip.
You didn't even ask for this interview either. We're very, very appreciative.
Do I get paid?
You get $2 waiting on you right away.